I think I just went live. It was just over on Michael's channel. Thought I'd start a show up. I actually went into started commenting on Michael's show because I was going to start mine, but I didn't want to start it at the same time as him. See if anybody wants to come in. We're asking a big question tonight. What was Jesus's favorite food? Hello, Jody. Hey, Krishna. Good to see you're recovering, Krishna. Good to see you're healing. A lot of people praying for you. I know that. Yeah, Jody agrees. A lot of folks praying for Krishna, praying for the sick folk, praying for the healing. Hello, Hill. Does anybody endeavor the big question? What was Jesus's favorite food? Anybody got any ideas? Oh, some rocket's going to crash, Jody says. Oh. Is that being shown live or something, I imagine? They don't even need any. Oh, fish. That's a good one. That's a good one. Maybe a piece of pita bread with, they had tilapia in that area, I know. So maybe some wild caught tilapia, which wouldn't be bad compared to the stuff we get in the store. Okay, yeah, they're showing the Chinese rocket live. Yeah, that's a good answer, Hill. Fish. Yeah, maybe with some sort of sauce and some flatbread, some pitas, a little bit of pickle on the side, some of that nice Middle Eastern kind of delicacies. I was thinking myself perhaps some lamb with hummus on a bagel with some pomegranate sauce. Maybe that was like a speciality that Mary would cook. I suppose Mediterranean diet, you got it. Throw a bit of olives on there and some olive oil. Hello, Under Grace. If anybody wants to come in, I'll post the connection. Pretty boring talk all on my lonesome. Had an 8.5 hour long talk with a brother last night. That was a record for me. I think that's the longest I've ever been on the phone. All for free. Isn't that amazing? We can speak to one another face to face all around the world for free. I think God invented the internet just for us so we could connect with one another. It'll probably all go to crap when we get snatched up. Oh, figs. There's a good one. Yeah, lamb with a fig sauce? For sure. I like that. Yes, I used to be a chef. Yeah. Cooked for the Rolling Stones for a while. Low and slow. Yeah. That's the way you cook lamb, either really fast or low and slow. My family kind of prefers theirs rare, but it's nice to cook up with some dates and figs and potatoes and turnips and root vegetables in a nice thick sauce. Put some coffee in it and stuff. Now I'm getting hungry. Ate some burritos earlier. I'm kind of blessed where I live because I live in a really multicultural area. So I can get any ingredients for any dish I want to cook from anywhere around the world. Hello, Rhonda. There we go. I wonder if Rhonda's got any ideas. What was Jesus's favorite food? Red wine vinegar. Oh, yeah, I agree, Under Grace. I go through a bottle of that every 2 weeks, I think. That and apple cider vinegar. I got to watch. I don't drink too much of that stuff. It just tastes lovely to me. I could down a bottle of it. I don't think that would be. It's just like anything, everything in moderation, right? Little bit's real good for you. Too much of anything's not good. You can even. Oh, I think he'd eat some beans. That's how you make hummus with chickpeas, and they're way better if you use the dried ones and soak them overnight. Put some baking soda in them. That'll make them break down more, and it's better for making hummus. If you're using them for other things, you don't want to put the baking soda because you don't want them to be too mushy. You want them to have a little bit of their bite to them. But when you're making hummus, it's one of my secrets is to put in some manna. There you go. Some of that was saved in the big golden box there. There, that's a good point. Yeah, they had a bit of manna in the ark, didn't they? I guess it was special manna that didn't go bad like the other stuff. But I guess the purity of the contents of the box would have kept it from spoiling as it did for the earthly folk who were gathering it. Nobody's going to come in. Ooh, that sounds good. Anything dipped in honey, huh? Honey's real good. Yeah, I understand 100%, Krishna. You're healing. The more rest you get, the better you heal. Stay completely away from sugar right now, brother. Bad, bad, bad. It feeds the cancer. And we have a contestant. How you doing, Jody? Jody from the Sticks. She froze. Maybe she's having some bad. She's out in the sticks, as she calls it, and she might be having some bad internet. How you doing, Jody?
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Are you having a bit of problems with your internet?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, boy. I forgot to plug in my headset.
How you doing tonight?
Oh, now I can hear you.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Were you over on Michael's channel?
No, I didn't know he was having a live.
Oh, okay.
I guess I don't know how to do that.
Right. Well, I took my mom. She doesn't drive. She's like 84, so I took her to get some uh, health stuff because she's got a lung infection right now. So I took her to the health food store and got her some stuff. And I got home and I just sat down to make a live stream, and I saw Mike was on, so I just watched him, right? Waited till his was finished. I don't want to overlap them, right?
I thought I was subscribed to his channel. I guess I'm gonna have to look.
Yeah, he started doing live streams about 2 weeks ago. He's done four or five. Yeah, he's done 4 now. He had Krishna, and from what I saw anyway, he had Krishna and Sterling and Greg on tonight, right? And Krishna was telling us about his struggle he's going through right now. So pretty hardcore stuff, but
yeah,
Krishna's a big, strong guy. He's got lots of people praying for him, and he's got the strongest thing, which is he's got a lot of love, that fella. So
yeah,
that really helps, and a positive outlook's huge for your health. Right?
That's true. Yeah. I agree.
Even when they did studies on like placebos, when people are given placebos when they're, testing different drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
There's like 20% success rate with the placebos, right? So just the fact that people think they're getting good medicine, if they're a positive enough person, a sugar pill can cure whatever disease,
Right. I agree. Yeah. My husband had a ruptured appendix a few years ago.
Okay.
But we had no idea that it ruptured. And he just laid in bed for a couple of days and went back to work, and we didn't think anything of it.
Oh.
Well, then a few months later, the same thing happened, but it was excruciating.
Oh, hi. Wait, do I have any echo? Just to let you know.
You're good right now, Nick.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
No echoing.
Keep going, brother.
Yeah, you sound all right.
Yeah, I switched to a different device.
Cool.
My husband had backed up. He couldn't use the bathroom at all. And then, so we took him to the hospital, and they did all kinds of x-rays, and they started giving him some kind of medicine to make him go and get down the inflammation or whatever. They really didn't know what they were looking at, and finally, they figured it out. His body had built a wall around the infection,
Hmm.
and so when the doctor opened him up to check everything out in there, he said he'd never seen anything like it. It was like a big pus sac where his body was defending itself, where the rupture of his appendix had happened.
Right.
And that happened 6 months prior. So stubborn, I'm telling you.
So when he got them cut out, did he have a drain plug coming out of his stomach afterwards?
No, it was just normal recovery. Like it was a few days, but
Oh, really?
the doctor was just dumbfounded that my husband's body
Right.
created a wall so that the infection couldn't travel around his body.
Right.
It's insane.
When mine burst, I was in the hospital for 3 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Why?
They burst. All the poison was all through my system.
Oh, so when yours ruptured, did it rupture a few days before you went to the hospital?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like a 6-hour operation.
Oh wow. Yeah, my husband was extensive.
And I had a tube coming out of my stomach, and they started pulling it out after about a month.
Yeah, he didn't go through any of that.
Yeah. And then they
But
forgot.
the doctor explained it that his body was defending itself.
Right. Strong guy.
It's like I've had my Widowmaker 100% blocked twice now. And the first time they put a stent in, then a couple years later I went back in and it was 100% blocked again. So then he told me that my heart had made a new pathway. I'm like, how is that possible? He said, oh, it happened. And I'm like, I've never heard of anything like that before. But
you've been pretty healthy yourself, I guess, Nick, for the most part?
Yeah. Doing good.
Right on.
good.
Never had any hospital stays or nothing?
No, luckily not.
Good for you.
I mean, luckily, I don't know how long I can last with that. Since my dad since I had to take the venom, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last.
Yeah.
But
A lot of people have taken it and they're not dropping like flies. So, right.
Taking what?
No, just saying a lot of people have taken it and they're not dropping like flies, right? Like everything affects some people, I guess, right?
We got RSV in our area, and it's not just kids getting it. It's like all age groups.
What is it?
So, RSV.
What's that?
Okay, so babies, when they come home from the hospital, especially if they're preemies, you have to be careful because if they catch this virus, it attacks their lungs. It's like really serious. It'll kill them.
Okay.
Same with adults or, with elderly. Same way. The immune system isn't strong enough to fight it. So we've had a lot of it in our area here in Western New York.
Is there a reason why? Have they put their finger on the reason, or?
It's a virus, but normally it only affects the young and the old. A couple of us in our house have it.
Okay. What do you take for it?
You treat it kind of like a cold.
Okay.
I've been using allergy meds and it seems to work pretty good, but I still have like a cough and.
Do you take vitamin C?
I actually haven't been taking anything, but
my mom's got like a lung infection right now, so I drove her over to get some liposomal vitamin C because it's the highest form of vitamin C you can get, and I told her to take it every 2 hours until her infection goes away. Because I had twins, and whenever they were subscribed penicillin of any sort, we would give one of them the penicillin, and the other one we would megadose with vitamin C. And the one who got the vitamin C would always get better before the other twin. And but the big thing, when you defeat something like that, you come out stronger in the long run, right? And whereas if you're taking the antibiotics, it breaks down your immune system, right? So you basically, after you're finished a bout of antibiotics, you don't have any immune system for the next month.
Yeah, because the flora, the little tiny.
Yeah, it kills all the
bacteria.
good bacteria in your body, right?
Yeah, the good bacteria.
Yeah, we need that, right? Like that's what, like fermented foods like sauerkraut and yogurt and stuff. That's what you're looking for, is the beneficial bacteria, right? Because the gut is the source of your immune system, right? The better your body's breaking down food, the better your immune system's going to be, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So when people are eating all these foods with preservatives, they're drinking water that's got chlorine in it, and it's killing all of the, natural bacteria in our body, right? People are using antibacterial soaps, and, we even have good bacteria on our skin, around our eyes, all sorts of stuff, right? It's like, I just use like handmade soap. Right.
Oh, you're using handmade?
Yeah, for about 20 years, probably over 20 years now.
I grew up on that, the bar soap. Yeah, I try not to wash my hair but once a week. Otherwise, it gets like really fly away. Like it just wants to do like an afro thing.
I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
You have really pretty hair, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and it's definitely better.
It seems to be healthy too.
Yeah, as long as I don't wash it too often.
Yeah. The natural. My daughter's a natural nutritionist, and she only washes her hair once a week, but she puts other stuff in it during the week, right?
Oh, does she?
She washes with honey and stuff like that for her skin.
Oh, that's a good idea.
She's 30 and she looks like a teenager.
Wow. I got to try that, honey.
She may look young, but she's still mortal. She's still dying.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Everybody's born dying.
All these people think that, they're going to reverse aging. It's impossible. If you're born an Adam, you're still dying. They're still going to. The only thing that'll reverse aging is probably the log of life in the New Jerusalem. That'd be the only thing.
Yeah.
That can actually probably reverse aging.
Magic pill everybody's looking for, right?
It's the log of life. During the new earth, that is the only thing that's going to work.
I don't remember that term, log of life.
Yeah, it's in the New Jerusalem.
Oh.
Right? There's a tree of life, right? But then there's a log of life.
It's probably every vitamin packed into one single leaf, every single vitamin, mineral, it'll nourish you for an entire month.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So it's like the ultimate multivitamin, and probably has other healing properties, and it just heals you. It's just amazing. And you only need to take it once a month. No hoops to jump through. You just take this one thing once a month, and you're sustained for another whole month. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's the only pharmaceutical company you can trust.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's coming from the source.
I don't know why you have to go to it. Couldn't you just have it brought to you or delivered? Or is it more of the ceremony? Could be ceremonial.
Perhaps.
Yeah. It's probably something very special. I mean, if it's just something you go and have to take a leaf, that just doesn't. Couldn't you just have it delivered? Or you could stash some at home. You could stash another several months supply. My guess is it's more than just eating a leaf. I think it's more special,
Yeah,
more
that's probably
ceremonial, and something probably amazing.
yeah, yeah.
Something that's worth going to every single month.
I wonder what it would taste like, eh?
I don't know. What do you think? Probably pretty good.
Maybe perhaps a little cinnamony or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of spicy, but not like hot spicy, but like
Right.
zesty. Very.
You're not big on the hot food there.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I don't. If it just ruins the taste of everything.
Okay. How about
And you
yourself?
said it's good for
Johnny?
you, but I can't stand it.
Right.
I used to not like any hot sauce at all. And then I started making my own and I really liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, you make the scorpion pepper hot sauce, right?
I don't like peppers
Yep.
at all. Any kind of peppers.
I'm still letting it ferment. I got it in the
like
fridge
that.
now.
I don't like that tinge of peppers. I don't like that. To me, it's
You don't
like a
like what?
chemically disgusting taste. Same thing. I don't like cilantro either. It's like
Oh,
that-
really?
yeah.
it makes you think of hospital disinfectant. That kind of smell. It's very that pungent. Like it's a chemical like smell to me. I don't like it, and I don't like sauerkraut either because of the smell.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Just the smell of it puts me off.
I like putting sauerkraut on a Reuben sandwich
I
with
can't
a
stand that
good dry
stuff. The smell
bread,
of it. I don't want to eat it. I don't like.
with and some Thousand Island.
You're not big on the cilantro, eh?
No, not at all. I can't stand
Oh, I
that
can't
stuff.
do
If I,
cilantro. That's
if I
one
want to
thing I
eat something, if
cannot
I can't have salsa or anything with it in there, I have to specify if I'm at a Mexican place, no cilantro mixed in the stuff. Whether it's in the guacamole or the salsa or in the chicken, I don't want it in there.
I get a taste of
Serrano
soap when I
peppers.
have it.
Serrano
Peppers
pepper.
and cilantro, those are my two things I don't like. And certain types of squash and zucchini.
Oh, really?
I don't like the taste of it.
Yeah.
But I like spaghetti squash. That's the only squash I like.
Okay.
Really?
Is spaghetti squash.
I don't
Does
really
your-
care for spaghetti squash because I guess I have to doctor it up with a lot of butter and salt and pepper, and
Let's go with stuff in it. Makes it really good.
so I just
When
ate
you
some
put
really
butter
good
and garlic and
yams.
stuff
And
on it, that makes it really good.
I baked some yams in tinfoil, and these things were like this big around.
Mm.
And I left the skin on, baked them, and let them just rest in there to cool down. And put some butter on them for breakfast the next day. They were so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. All my kids, they don't eat normal French fries. If they make French fries, they always make either yams or sweet potato fries instead, right?
yam fries.
There's Tika. There's Patricia in the side. Hey, Patricia. I had a nice talk the other day with her and Tony. We had a three-way visual conversation on the phone. That was nice.
Tony Nungaster?
No, Tony Dobbs. Do you see him in the side chat sometimes?
I think I've seen him on Martin.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's down in South Carolina, I believe. And Patricia, she's out in Kelowna, BC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Patricia. Yeah, I had to
Pretty
go
amazing
grocery
night
shopping
tonight,
today.
jumping on the trampoline.
Oh, you're jumping around on your trampoline again?
Yeah, looking at the moon and the stars.
Cool.
Oh,
That's
wow.
That's probably really really medicinal for you to do that.
Listening
You know,
like
it's good for you physically, and to be watching the moon and everything. That's awesome.
you
Right?
get the moon, looking at the stars, looking up at the constellations, and it's just amazing.
You're not that far from the ocean, really, right?
About 2 hour drive
Right.
Whereabouts are you?
near Annapolis.
Oh,
Chesa-
Annapolis.
Near
Okay.
Chesapeake Bay. Right near Chesapeake Bay.
Yeah, and, near the Severn River.
Okay.
It's pretty nice just listening to music on the trampoline and thinking about
That does sound fun.
thinking
How
about
long do you
seeing.
bounce on the trampoline for there,
It's
Nick?
all about how the weather is. Usually do an hour to 2 hours.
Oh, cool. That's really good, man.
I didn't do it longer today because I knew you. I was looking to see if you were going to do a live stream, so
Oh, cool.
I didn't want to do too late. I was thinking about being on the New Earth, being with Jack, and making him the giant island and the giant bull with the island in it,
Yeah.
and he's enjoying that island. It's going to be full of tropical water, and he could take it anywhere he wants.
Mhm.
It'd be home, his home away from home.
So that's when we're snatched away?
I'd say that's on the New Earth when Jack is resurrected.
Oh, no, I meant after we're snatched away. What's that going to be like? We don't really know, right?
Oh, I know it's going to be pretty amazing. I think about things, what it'd be like.
We might well see Nick driving his train. Everybody will look forward to that. See, he'll saying greens too. They're very important for health. Really good for bones, and really good for magnesium and a lot of the micronutrients and stuff. I'm real lucky. I've got Chinese greens in the grocery store near me, and it's like 50-foot long aisle with bok choy, lo bok, Chinese broccoli, everything you could imagine.
Wow.
Get great big like bags like this. It's like a pound and a half for like $4.
Hard.
Sorry?
It's all tough and hard. How do you eat that stuff? And kale tastes like grass clippings. I can't stand that.
How about spinach? Do you like spinach?
Like grass clippings.
I love spinach.
Yeah, spinach, cabbage. Okay.
Cabbage, I don't like the smell of when it's cooked.
Right. Do you like the taste of it though?
A little bit. I like broccoli a lot more.
Oh, cool.
Broccoli, baby spinach, and the mixed
Nice.
those kind of mixed lettuces. I like those a lot more.
Yeah, you want to get lots of those in you. They're really healthy for you.
Those a lot more. I don't like that stuff that's either hard or has a really strong green taste to it. I don't like that stuff. Like that bok choy, that's like just hard and green tasting. I don't want it to taste like I'm eating grass clippings. That's rabbit food.
Hill says he's got good food around him too. Whereabouts are you situated there, Hill? Buck. Oh, look, there's one.
Yeah, where are you gonna get fresh broccoli in the middle of the winter time? Unless
Oh, you can get.
you're rich.
You can
Unless
get
you're
it.
a millionaire, and you could just go in a private jet, go to some other country and get it where it's in season, or have someone import it for you for thousands of dollars, or you have to have a nice greenhouse. But then there's not enough light, so you can't grow broccoli in the middle of the winter because there's not enough light. It gets too cold outside. You have to grow it on all these under a bunch of artificial grow lights. Huge operation just to have a little broccoli, just to have a little fresh broccoli.
They can do it just with greenhouses too. Actually, they don't have to have the artificial lights.
I thought you need like a lot of light to grow stuff. Thought that's the reason why winter you can't grow anything, because it's just not because it's just cold, but it's because there's not enough light. There's not enough sunlight for anything to grow properly.
The light is just for the speed of the growing process. So when you have less light, it just takes a bit longer for the stuff to grow.
That's because that's how energy to make this stuff. So of course it takes longer. There's less energy. Lower.
I was gonna try to get my greenhouse winterized, but it's probably gonna be a lost cause.
Oh yeah.
It's
Have
just
you
too cold here.
have you tried them before?
Not in the winter. I only usually grow from like April till October because it gets so cold here.
You can do stuff though to heat up the if you put a heat sink in your greenhouse, you can really extend your growing season. So what you do is you get a aquarium heater and just get
Okay.
a big garbage bin and put it in there, fill it with water, and put the aquarium heater in it, and that'll heat your greenhouse for you.
Wow.
You think
Yeah, and they're only like 50
That's
watts, so it's not going to cost you hardly nothing in electricity, right?
well, especially with electricity going up in price, you don't want to be. It can get very expensive to use heaters.
But like 50 watts is very small amount of,
Giant greenhouse, that's not enough. Can't heat up
oh,
the entire
how
greenhouse.
big's your greenhouse, Jody?
On a
So we built it with cattle panels
Hmm.
like Red has one.
Right.
And then we covered it with plastic all the way around. Actually, I have to redo it because we put our rabbits and chickens in there.
Hmm.
So the rabbits were in the rabbit hutches, and the chickens and the rabbits they were all under the. There were 5 cattle panels, so it's 22 feet long
Okay.
and about 6 feet wide and 6 feet tall.
Okay. So if you
landing
probably
on
had
$7 gas.
if you had a big pail, maybe a third of the way in on both ends with a 50-watt heater in both of them, right? That would
Right.
act as a heat sink for you. And then you got to also take into account the BTUs that are given off by your rabbits and your chickens.
Okay, so they're not in there now. This is
Okay,
what I
okay.
did last winter.
I see. I see.
So I made another hoop for my rabbit, and then I put my cages on sawhorses. So I have 1 male and 2 females in that, what I call a habitat. Anyway, then I have a rabbit cage that's on wheels, and I drag it around the yard, and the rabbits eat the grass. And I also give them alfalfa pellets,
Oh, cool.
and I give them like fruit tree branches, and I'll just cut different things for them. And those are all the babies that have to be slaughtered. They're already bigger than, or they're as big as their parents,
Right.
but they're only like 11, 12 weeks old. But they're as big as they're going to get.
What do you make with them when you cook them?
I do low and slow.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll kind of like braise them and then I'll have them in a cast iron pot and then put them in the oven. It's already preheated. And then I'll just make like a gravy, and then I'll tear all the meat off the bone, and then I'll turn it into like an Alfredo sort of thing.
Oh, nice.
With some like homemade egg noodles.
Yeah.
Very, very yummy.
Yes, very yummy. Yeah.
Or we'll also smoke it. But I like it better in casserole.
You like what?
I like the rabbit cooked, to where it falls off the bone.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I use it in like a casserole or a soup or something like that.
Nice. Yeah, I used to debone the rabbit and then stuff it with foie gras and make a sauce and stuff and serve it like that.
Oh,
But
that sounds yummy.
That was in a restaurant though.
Wow.
What do you think Jesus's favorite food was, Nick? That's what we've been talking about. Yeah. Any ideas? What's your favorite food if you don't know what Jesus's was? What's your favorite food?
I do like turkey breast. That's one thing
Oh,
that I really
okay.
like.
Okay.
Really like turkey breast.
Nice.
And like a seasoned or like a seasoned turkey breast. That stuff's really good to put in like a sandwich.
Okay. Yeah.
Really good.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the best thing after the holidays. Having turkey to make sandwiches and
Next couple of days, eh?
yeah. We
Burrito.
actually got a rotisserie chicken tonight, and then
Rotisserie.
made wraps with them,
Like
Yeah.
and they're really really good.
Yeah. And then you can save the bones and make soup the next day. And
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
yeah. Yeah, all my shellfish when I make shrimp or whatever, I always just put it in plastic bags and throw it in the freezer, and then you've got stuff to make soup with in the future.
I
You just
never thought about
save it up.
saving my shrimp, like
Yeah.
skin.
Oh yeah. Fish heads and shrimp and stuff like that for making a fish stock, right?
Right.
So.
Do you have a barbecue rib?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've cooked pretty much anything you can imagine. Yeah.
I mean, do you do that yourself at home?
Uh, I live in one room, so I can't do anything here. But like, if I'm picnicking with my family or something like that, occasionally I'll do ribs,
Okay.
either beef ribs or pork ribs, right?
Right.
My family's kind of partial to beef ribs.
Really?
Yeah.
What is
Well,
it? A certain
I used
part
to
of the
be a
rib?
chef. I used to be a chef, and I'd do like 3 prime ribs every Sunday.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'd save all the ribs from the prime ribs I cooked in the restaurant and bring them home, right? And
Wow.
so that's like 21 ribs from 3 prime ribs, right? So feed you for a couple of days easy, right?
Yeah.
I had a smoker, so I'd smoke them, right?
Right.
Do them a couple of different ways. A lot of Southeast Asian stuff with like star anise and lemongrass, right? Vietnamese
I've never cooked with
basil.
that.
Okay. Yeah, we ate a lot of Thai and Vietnamese food. My kids are really partial to that, and
Okay.
Mexican food quite a bit also, right?
Sounds delicious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I haven't traveled the world too much. I've only been to the States and Mexico, but my stomach's been all over the world.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it because, well, number one, I don't have gold meteoroids crashing in my yard, and second of all, I don't want to take more venom.
Right. Yeah.
I need a 200-ton platinum meteorite to land in my yard and make no noise and be silent, so I could harvest all that platinum and sell it all. 200 tons of it.
Yeah.
That's what it would take if I want to travel the world. I'd probably need 200 tons of platinum
Oh God, no.
to be able to travel the world. To actually be able to have
No.
fun and go anywhere you want.
You're talking billions of dollars there.
Exactly.
You don't need billions to travel the world.
If you want to actually not have to worry about the venom, you do. If
Right.
you want to fly international without the envenomation cards,
Right.
you do.
You know, my eldest daughter, she's 30 and she's been to like 28 countries so far.
Wow.
Right.
What does she do?
That was before
She
pre
just
2020 though.
she's a nutritionist,
Okay.
and she manages a store like they cook for high end kind of people and
Yep.
stuff.
Rich people,
Oh.
wealthy people,
So
not people like me who
yeah,
have
yeah,
not
it's pretty
yeah,
expensive where she is.
for the ones that have contact with the ones that run the whole entire place.
Oh yeah. She works in a big skyscraper that's owned by one of the big Canadian banks.
Those people at the very top have contact with the fallen messengers, and they know how to talk to the things in the submerged chaos. They're trying to open portals. They
Yeah,
have direct contact up with the adversary. That's what these people at the very top. They're getting their pecking order from the adversary and his messengers.
you're gonna say something, Jody?
Oh, I was going to ask you. You said you're in Calgary.
No, Rob's in Calgary. I'm in Toronto.
Oh, Toronto.
Yeah. Rob Wiles in Calgary.
So how far are you from Niagara Falls?
About hour and a half. It's not far at all.
Yeah, I'm a little over 2 hours from there.
Okay. Yeah, I used to one of my friends had relatives in Rochester, so I'd go there with
Okay.
him a lot when we were younger. And then I used to disc jockey in a place called Welland in Ontario on Thursday nights. So when we went there, we'd go across the border to grab some booze from the liquor stores in
You
America.
could just go across the border like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back in the day, it was no problem.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
not
pre
now.
2020. That's right. Pre 2020. You know what's interesting about what happened in 2020? That the fact that it happened in March, and March is when the new year actually begins. The Hebrews, that's when the new year begins in March. And that's when it all begun in March. So it's like prophetic.
Peter Maya's got a pretty interesting thing with regards to that because he
Year begins.
he plots the time from the last solar eclipse to the next one that's going to happen, and it's 666 days. And if you half it 333 and you go back 333 days, that's the first day that they started giving the shots. So that's kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, that's right there. The fact that it all begun in March, when the Hebrew calendar begins the new year. I forget, was it March or April when they began? I think it was
I'm
March.
not sure.
It's when spring starts. That's what I know. It's
So
spring.
is that when we celebrate Easter?
Easter's around April, isn't it?
Sometimes it's in March.
Okay.
March is when spring starts.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
when
different every year.
Was March. March of 2020.
Oh, okay.
Possible that when that happened, that's when the seals started getting broken. The 7 seals. It probably begun then. When the 7 seals are starting to be opened.
I don't understand any of that.
Yeah, I don't really follow it much. I just listen to other people talking about it, really. I did the math on it when I was younger, but it doesn't particularly interest me. Like it interests me if somebody else is interested in it, but I don't look into it myself.
Right. I'm one of these that have to have things written down so I can kind of have somebody like give like a relation to what the time frame, what events take place and all that. I have to be able to visualize it.
It's so interesting to me that right now they're backing off a little bit on it's not as ramped up as it was in 2020 and 2021, but it's going to ramp back up again in 2023.
Oh, yeah.
Patricia said she thinks it's the first full moon after the spring equinox.
Is it called the beaver moon?
I'm not sure.
Because I looked it up once.
Beaver or moose? Yeah.
Beaver mode.
I got I got to watch out for Patricia. I got to watch I don't say anything stupid.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's an inside joke.
Oh, no, there was an eclipse in like 2017. I remember that one.
Yeah.
I was at the airport when and they said there's going to be another one in 2024.
Yes. Yeah.
That's interesting. 7 years apart.
That's not working out. I'm going to have to look at Peter's math.
Two eclipses, and they're both 7
So
years
when does
apart.
Peter, you don't know when Peter has it? Like the time frame?
I just have second-hand information from somebody who was on a call with him last night.
Okay.
Right. So I think a good chance I got it a little bit confused. So I don't know if he's done a video on it or anything like that. Right. I just know that he's talking to members of
I've
the
been
body
watching
about
his
it.
quite a bit.
Sorry?
I've been watching them, and I took a few notes, but yeah, I feel like I need to get more serious.
Yeah, he's a pretty smart guy.
Yeah.
He's a musician, lived all around the world, lived in Holland, now he lives in
Oh,
Suriname.
really?
Yeah. He speaks Dutch. Suriname's a Dutch colony. Right.
Oh.
So he was talking with Leo yesterday.
I've never left New York. So, well, I mean, I've left the U.S. I'm sorry, I haven't left the U.S., but I have lived in many other states. So,
So you've never been out of the country?
No.
Oh.
Have you?
To America and to Mexico. Those are the only other countries I've been to. Right. I like camping and stuff, so Canada sits pretty well with me.
Yeah.
If I go out of the country, it would only be to see palm trees and beaches and sharks and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
There's not very many places I'd want to go because there's all those diseases you can catch with all and it's just why would I want to go to a country where it's hot and nasty? Why would I ever want to go to Africa? Why would I ever want to go to South America? Why would I want to go where the parasites are really bad?
Well, they call it paradise for a reason.
Just go to Florida and deal with that stuff.
Well, you got your good part of the season. It's like you got your bad part.
Yeah, there's always something good and bad to go with every place, right?
Exactly.
A horrible disease. I don't have to worry about that. Africa is a disease-filled wasteland.
Yeah,
lots of dangerous animals.
My youngest daughter is supposed to go there in March.
Only place I would only go there if I was
studying penguins.
Unless I was in a completely sealed vessel.
Right.
Safe from all the dangerous stuff, the parasites, the malaria-carrying mosquito. I don't know how you pronounce it. Tsetse
fly, yeah.
Tsetse fly, one bite, you get sleeping sickness, you die. What risk? Man, there's a lot of risk.
Well, we got risk in the U.S. too.
Well, we don't have tsetse flies, and we don't have terrible parasites like they have in Africa. In Africa, it's just hot all the time. There's no break. The heat and humidity, it's just gross. Gross. Not a place I want to be.
That's why you got to be near the water.
Country too, to foreigners.
You got to be near the water so you can cool off.
And that country is getting hostile to foreigners too. Not as a dangerous country.
It's not so bad in Cape Town.
It's
right. Everywhere else, it's kind of
unbelievable. No safe drinking water, no electricity, it's not a very safe place to live or even go to. I'd rather just avoid it altogether like the plague and just steer away and stay away. And observe from a safe distance through YouTube and documentaries.
It's quite pretty where you live anyway, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah, why would I want to deal with and fight the diseases and fight the tsetse flies when I could just stay where I am?
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I
You can,
want to go to a place like that?
yeah.
Obviously, I would not want to get stuck there. Another place that's horrible is Asia. All I see is when I see videos of it is there's no blue skies. It's just a hazy nightmare. There's no blue skies. It looks like it's dim and dark all the time. The sky's never blue. No puffy white clouds. Every time I see a documentary of either India or China or Vietnam, do they not have blue skies and puffy clouds?
It's because of all the factories.
But like all I see is, whenever there's a documentary of the sun setting, there's no blue skies. The sky is gray all the time. There's no puffy white cloud days. None of that.
Oh,
And just
well, I
in
mean, that's
Vietnam and those countries, they don't have blue skies, I guess.
Oh, yeah, they do. It's just, I think you're talking about China, and you're probably talking about the industrialized area. Because, like,
Yeah.
you know that movie with, what was that movie in Leonardo DiCaprio was in it, and they were like in paradise kind of thing, a bunch of them. And a couple of people got bit by sharks and stuff. The Beach. I think it was called The Beach.
I
Probably never.
remember that one.
But that was made in like Thailand, and it's just like beautiful there, right?
Oh yeah, like Hawaii.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would love to
exactly.
go there.
Yeah, similar to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's Polynesia, right? Kind of.
What was that?
It's Polynesia,
French
kind of,
Oh, that's true.
right? It's the ethnically, I think a lot of the people are close.
Yeah, they worship like a lot of gods.
Hmm.
That's the poly. I'm guessing.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, they got some good food too, eh? A lot of roast pigs with pineapple and stuff like that.
Ooh, pineapple. Pineapple and ham.
And there you go. There, we just found a winner for Nick there, eh?
Pineapple and ham. That's a good combination.
Hey, Nick, have you spoken to Brett lately?
I've seen his video. I haven't talked to him recently.
Okay. You've got his phone number, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get bored, give him a phone call. He's a bit lonely lately.
Oh, can he answer? Or is he?
Yeah,
busy?
yeah,
Oh, he can. Oh, that's.
yeah,
I think he's busy.
yeah. Well, you don't always get him, but
Right.
I try a couple of times during the day, and usually get hold of him.
It's gonna be so nice to be on the new Earth with Jack and see a more puffy white cloud, beautiful days all the time, and have, hopefully there'll be moonlit nights on the new Earth. Oh my God, that'd be
Right.
wonderful. There are moonlit nights that are just the most perfect thing you can imagine.
No pollution. You'll be able to see everything real clear. Like
Yeah.
Lawrence, who's always on the side chat, Jody, on Ace's show.
Be with
Yeah.
you.
He lives up in the mountains, right? In Montana, I think.
Yeah.
And
On my ship, and we'd go high up into the atmosphere so we could see a perfect moonlit night go off the puffy white clouds and be high above the atmosphere, and I could we'll just stop the ship and just look and just look at the moon shining off the clouds. I'll be like above the clouds and be like, isn't that just something absolutely amazing, most amazing thing you'd ever see?
Lawrence said he was 4,000 or 5,000 feet high where he lives.
Wow.
So like they don't have interference from pollution and stuff like that.
Pollution.
And he's got some really high power telescopes, right? And like radio telescopes and stuff too, right? So
Wow.
like somebody was talking about the distance from the moon to the earth, right? And he himself has actually bounced radio waves off of the moon back to his own house and then
Wow.
measured the time that it took, knowing the speed of the radio waves, and figured out exactly how far the moon is away. Right.
Huh.
So he's actually done it himself, right? He's not just reading it in a book. I thought that was quite incredible, right?
Yeah.
So I did some work on a house of a fellow who had a actual observatory in his backyard, like one of
Wow.
those like dome things with
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
but this guy had it in his backyard, right?
Ah.
And he invited us to watch, but it never came about. But that would be something spectacular, you know. The people who, I've got a couple of buddies who have really expensive telescopes, and they hook them right up to their computer nowadays, and so they're not actually even looking through the telescope. It's just going
Well-
right on their computer screen, and they can take photographs and, you know, stuff like that. And it's just incredible to see, right?
Yeah.
As for me, I'm like Nick. I like just looking up at them, and they're just amazing. I was up fishing last week, and it was just incredible sky at night.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I agree.
Do you get a pretty good view of this sky there where you are, Jody?
Oh yeah, I can see everything.
Nice.
Yeah, we're really out far in the country, so
So you don't get the pollution from all the light poles.
Yeah.
And all
no.
the actual LED light just being dumped into the environment, just flooding the environment with all this artificial LED light. Ugh. Ugh.
At least it's better than the other lights they used to use, though. They're
With
incredible.
That bluish color just screws everything up.
Yeah, but they're changing that now. They're changing the colors of the
The LED
LED lights.
finally. They need
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just can't believe people can tolerate living in Stackham and Packhams.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's where I live. I go outside and all I see is brick.
I love a device. I would shoot
Really?
every one of those lights with a electromagnetic pulse. Bang, 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 bang.
Mhm.
Point, shoot, and it just knocks them out silently. And I'd be like, "Oh, finally some peace." And I could see the moonlight. So a little electromagnetic device would shoot out a electromagnetic pulse and shoot them out. They would keep replacing them. Be like, "What the hell is going on here? Why are they always going out?" They'll just keep replacing them.
What are you drinking there, Jody?
I got sweet tea and I got some Irish whiskey.
Oh, nice. What, Jameson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Probably gonna go to bed here soon.
Irish whiskey to me tastes like you mixed rye and scotch together, right? But
Yeah.
I don't kind of like it because it has that rye flavor in it. I don't like Canadian whiskey, right?
Okay.
Like I like the American whiskey. Right? Woodford.
Well, this is Irish.
Right? Yeah.
Find it too
Well,
strong.
yeah, they sell it in America.
Yeah.
Find that stuff a little bit too strong.
I like
Just like alcohol. I don't like it. No, that's whiskey. Whiskey is just it just tastes like alcohol. It just tastes like it just tastes like alcohol. It doesn't taste like anything.
You don't drink that much, really?
No.
Nick?
No.
If you do, what would you have?
Probably something that isn't too strong. Something that's not super strong.
Like a mixed drink, perhaps?
Yeah.
Or a beer? Yeah.
Yeah, something that isn't strong, alcohol-y.
Yeah, I drink a lot of tea. You know, like black tea.
Yeah, I like just tea, slightly sweet tea. That's what I usually like to have.
Well, normally I don't put any sugar in it, but
I think it's slightly sweet. What I do is I take the unsweet tea and then cut a little sweet tea into it and just mix it.
Have you ever had the what is it called? I believe it's called chai. Wait a minute, chai tea.
Chai tea is
Oh,
really good.
chai. Yeah, I make that. Yeah,
Oh, do
That's
you?
really good.
yeah, with cardamom and a bit of cinnamon and
I like that stuff.
some
That just
saffron.
the smell of it is
I
great
add a little
too.
bit of milk and sugar, and I'll blend it up and pour ice in there. And
Smells good.
Normally, they'll use like traditionally like evaporated milk in it,
oh,
right? Yeah, and
I
then
usually just
they
use a
actually
whole.
cook. They cook it with the evaporated milk and get it to a simmer, right? And have your cardamom and all your ingredients in there, right?
Okay.
I hung around with all throughout my life a lot of Indian people and stuff, right? So I've been drinking it since I was a teenager, sort of thing. Right.
Have you ever had milk tea
Yeah, yeah,
with a
yeah.
sweetened condensed milk?
Yeah, that's more kind of Korean. I got a lot of Korean friends
Right.
too. Yeah. And bubble tea. I like bubble tea.
I like
I
that
haven't
stuff.
tried that.
Those things are kind of interesting though. Having something in your tea, something solid, is kind of weird.
The
If you're
jelly, the
drinking it, all of a sudden
tapioca.
you find something liquid in the
Yeah,
bottom. They're not really bubbles though, because bubble would mean a pocket of air. It's more like a gel.
yeah, they call it bubble because of the little pearls of tapioca that are in it, right?
But they're not.
yeah.
It's not actual bubbles though. And I think of a bubble, I think of a pocket of air.
I love tapioca pudding.
Right. Yeah.
I haven't had it in years though.
I make it okay. I'll get a hankering for it every, twice a year or something and make some up. Right.
What is it made with?
You just get tapioca and then like boil it. You can boil it in milk if you want. And then like I'll put like fresh vanilla beans. And sometimes I like put on like with rice pudding and like I like mixing it up and making it different times.
Right.
And I like putting absinthe, right? I like putting absinthe in my rice pudding. And then it gives it kind of a nice licorice taste in the background.
Oh, you mean
like at Christmas time I made some absinthe jelly and I put that in the bottom of the ramekin, and then I made some infused rice pudding and put that halfway, and then I made creme brulee and put it on top of that, and then torched the top of it and with like creme brulee with the rice pudding underneath, and then a little bit of licorice jelly on the bottom of it, like, right? So
I don't know what absinthe is.
It's a licorice tasting liqueur.
Anise?
Huh?
You mean anise?
That's the flavoring that's in it, right? Like the flavor licorice comes from anise.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, star.
Yeah, there's star anise and there's
they
the
put
plant
it in
anise.
soups, in like faux soup.
Yeah.
They put it in there. I find they
Okay,
put a
I'll be
little
right
bit
back.
too much
I
in
gotta
there.
use the bathroom.
Cool.
They have put it in faux soup, and I like that stuff a lot.
Okay.
They like I like that. I love
Yeah.
that. It's good. But I find
Yeah,
the anise a little strong. I'd probably like it toned down. It's kind of a strange thing to have in soup.
Right.
Because usually when I think of soup, I think of zesty. So having like a spice like that in soup is a little strange.
Yeah.
But
And
that's
then,
just
do you
unconventional.
rip up the basil and everything and put it in your pho?
No, I just usually have it. I try not to put too much stuff in it, so it's not too strong.
Right.
I don't like
Right.
it too strong. And usually when I think of soup, I think of more Italian seasonings and things like that, or
Right.
cumin, or I love cumin. Cumin is a great spice. Now that's a spice I like.
Right.
Cumin and chili powder, I like those. I just don't like
Okay.
spicy. But I love zesty and like lots of flavor.
Yeah.
Love that earthy flavor of cumin. Cumin is a great spice to put in.
Yeah. Yeah, I use it quite a bit actually.
But I do like Old Bay because a little bit of Old Bay is really good too.
You
tried
need
Old Bay?
Oh yeah, I use it
got
in
it
all
around
of my
there?
fish recipes usually.
Where I am, it's big.
Yeah.
here in Annapolis, Old Bay. Crabs, put on crabs, put it on fish, put it on shrimp, put it on chicken.
Yeah.
You can put it in soup, sprinkle it on French fries. There's a lot of it's basically a mix of spices. I don't think it has cumin in it, but I really like cumin and stuff.
Yeah, like cumin wouldn't work particularly with fish because it's too strong of a spice.
But it works really
Right.
good with chicken.
Oh, definitely, right?
Great
Beef,
with chicken.
chicken, right? Most meats, it's a little overpowering for fish, right? It's not that it's not used in fish. They do use it like in India and stuff with fish, but
It's also
know.
good with vegetables too, like beans, things like
Yeah.
that. It's good in vegetable soups too. You can put it in there.
Yeah, I use it probably almost more than any other spice, perhaps.
I love it. It's a great spice, but too much of it is too. Can be very overpowering if you put too much.
Yeah, you have to be balanced when you're using strong spices, right?
Yeah, things like cumin, chili powder, cardamom. I think is how you say that.
Cardamom. Yeah, there's black cardamom and green cardamom.
Another thing I really like is what is it called? The oh yeah, saffron. Oh my god.
Yeah, saffron's
that
really
stuff's amazing.
yeah, saffron's really nice in a fish sauce or a creamy
soup.
fish sauce or anything.
Oh, you put it in soup and it just turns
Yeah.
bright yellow.
You got to watch though that you don't cook it for too long. You got to add saffron in the last half hour of cooking because if you put it in much earlier than that, it's like bay leaves. It'll make things bitter, right?
Oh yeah, that's what happens with the cumin. With the with the cumin. Other thing that's great is turmeric as well. That's another good spice.
And turmerics are really good anti-inflammatory too. I take
I take them in the tablets. I don't. I mean, yeah, it's probably better to take it as the direct, but I don't like that bitterness, and I don't.
Right.
It's too bitter.
But,
the
like,
tablet is just easier.
But if you just think of it like it's medicine, right? Like I take like a big heaping teaspoon every
But they
morning.
say it's good, but I don't. I take just tablets of it.
But see, with the with the tablets, you're not getting very much, right? Because like you could probably put 10 of those on a spoon, right? So it's a lot.
You can't just eat it right out of the container. It's so bitter.
Right.
I try to do it with the water, and it gets too bitter.
You put it in water. I put it in water, and then I put some cayenne pepper. And
I'm not doing cayenne pepper.
You don't got to put the cayenne.
Yuck. I will not force that down.
And put some apple cider vinegar, right? And mix it all up like concoction. That. Some lime juice or whatever.
You almost just got to knock it back.
Yeah, that's what you do because it's not for flavor, right? It's for health, right? It's
those spices are supposed to taste good. You're not supposed to just eat them straight. Yeah, they're way too strong.
But it's not a spice at that point. You're using it as medicine. So if you go and
put it in something,
if you go get some liquid syrup or whatever that the doctor gives you to get better, it doesn't taste good. You're not eating it for taste. You're eating it for health, right? So you just knock it back.
The only problem is when I did it is I can't get rid of it. It stays in my mouth for a while, that flavor. And it's just bitter.
So you just chase it.
Yeah.
Chase it with something.
Yeah.
Like a glass of milk or
something. Yeah. Or even gargle with some apple cider vinegar after or whatever, right?
Oh, I don't like vinegar.
No, I go through it like crazy.
Really?
I like vinegar, like pudding.
I love putting like peppers with the vinegar and some garlic.
You can eat some pretty bitter stuff.
My meats when I'm eating them into it, like right with some cilantro in there and stuff.
Oh, all the stuff I don't like. Cilantro, super bitter concoctions. I don't like that. I couldn't drink that. I probably couldn't even take it down. Bunch of turmeric put in apple cider vinegar with a bunch of pepper. Just the smell of it would start burning my nostrils.
But you like the pho though, eh?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. But that's because it's not spicy at all. It's zesty.
Yeah, you don't want to eat mice pho.
No,
It'll be spicy. Do you get just beef or do you get tendon and stuff when you put it in? When you get pho?
just get whatever they got at the whatever
Okay.
place I
Do you
go
get
to.
big chunks of fat like?
It's been a while since I've had some. I don't
Okay.
think they usually use chicken or shrimp.
Okay. I've never had pho with chicken or shrimp.
I like
always,
it. It's more
always
like
have
a
it
soup. It's like
beef.
a noodle soup. That's what it is. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Well, I've actually got a place written down that a Vietnamese buddy told me he said it's the best restaurant in Toronto now for Vietnamese. So I'm going to check it out in the next
Ooh.
couple of weeks.
There you go.
Anything
My-
that's got good amount of spices in it that isn't hot spicy is good, and
Right.
no cilantro.
Yeah, my daughters are taking me out to a restaurant next week, and
Okay.
we're having buffalo, wild boar,
my God.
rabbit, and I forget what else. Foie gras. Yeah, they're treating
Wow.
me bad. God bless them.
Do they normally take you to a restaurant?
Ooh, pickles! I love pickles,
Sorry?
especially
Do you-
dills.
Do you normally go eat at a restaurant?
Love pickles. Pickles
Probably
are
like once a
favorites.
month or something like that.
Pickles are good on sandwiches.
Right?
Pickles are really good on turkey sandwiches and
There
on
you go.
cheeseburgers.
Oh, and cheeseburgers. I had a cheeseburger for lunch today.
Love pickles on my burgers.
Yeah, a cheeseburger with back bacon and fried onions.
Another thing I like is
Yeah.
like chicken BLT, chicken club.
Okay.
I like those too. Chicken
Oh, you
clubs.
you gotta love a chicken club. That's
Grill
for
a
sure.
grilled chicken club with
Yeah.
cheese on it.
Oh, that
Oh,
yeah, no,
I
that's
like
really
making homemade Reubens.
okay. I just got some yesterday. I went and got
Did
some
you?
corned beef, really good from Montreal. Montreal makes really good corned beef, like Katz's Deli from New York, right? Katz's. They came to Toronto, and I went 2 times, and we couldn't believe how terrible it is.
Really?
Yeah, like it shocked us. And but Montreal, like where Norm lives, Norm LaBelle, oh my
Okay.
God, their corned beef and pastrami and Montreal smoked meat there is just
Well, I don't think
incredible.
I'm ever going to be able to go visit there because I'm not showing no injection card.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not. That's just complying to the beast, to the evil system, showing them
No.
that card. I don't want to show anyone that card. That is complying to a very evil, nasty system that I do not want to be part of.
I've taught a lot of people how to make hollandaise sauce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The last girl who
I
I
don't think
lived
they
with,
cross the border without showing that card.
the last girl who I lived with, she'd make her eggs Benny every Sunday with
Wow.
fresh hollandaise. We'd put like sometimes lobster left over from the night before, or smoked salmon,
Oh wow, make
back
fancy
bacon,
eggs.
whatever.
That's probably really good. Because I know here on where I am, we have a deli in Annapolis called Chicken Ruth's Deli, and they do eggs Benedict with crab in it
Yum.
and
Yeah.
huge crab cake sandwiches, like huge
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
In Annapolis, that's a big thing. Is crab.
Yeah, the pho I'm going to go to in the next couple of weeks, they put crab cakes in with their. It's a special pho that is like very Vietnamese traditional, and so that's why my friend told me to check it out. So, they only serve it on Fridays and Saturdays between 11:30 in the morning and 1.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
Oh,
very specific amount of time. You have to hurry up and know when it's open.
Good.
I think I'm ready to go hit the hay.
Yeah, I think we're going to shut it down.
Yeah, I'm tired.
11:44.
All right. Well, I'll probably see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, Jody.
Yeah.
Krishna, we're all praying for you, brother,
Oh yeah.
for sure. And Patricia in the side there, Rhonda, St. Tommy if he's still around, Hill, like there we go, Hill. I'll never make that mistake again. Rhonda, I don't know if I said Rhonda already. I'm not seeing anybody else.
This one's much shorter than the other ones.
Yeah. Not going till 6 a.m. So
No. That took me a while to recover.
I was on the phone for 8.5 hours with Gabe yesterday.
You were?
Yeah.
Wow.
Till 4 o'clock in the morning from 7:30 and the day before.
Holy cow.
But well, bless the both of you. Thanks a lot for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you.
Talking about our stuff. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Bless you, Nick.
Bless you.
Brother.
Have a good night.
Don't worry about nothing, everybody, because you know what they say. God's got this.
He does. He's got this.
Grace and peace, everybody. Love, grace, and peace. Good night.
Good night.
Thanks, Nick.
Night.
Bless you, brother.